How's it going, Habibis? We got a banger of a video for you guys today. The new Primate Fusion is finally out after months of waiting, and we said we were going to test it out, and test it out. We did. We ran into some problems along the way on stream. We finished about 500 with that deck, but we made some changes, and I've gotten some goo for you guys that is really going to elevate this deck, and it's something that we can only do here in Master Duel. We've gotten a crazy combo involving the new Primate Dragon Nether Berzelius, whatever his name is. He is a goon, okay? Trust me, he's a goon. Powerhouse of a monster. Great against Orcust. Great against Mitsurugi. Basically any deck that uses Fiendsmith. Great against the new Striker stuff, because we were able to use his Floodgate capabilities. I'm going to go over all that and then some, guys. Be sure to stick around till the very end, because we have an amazing duel that showcases the true power of this deck. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button for me and sub to my YouTube channel so that I can make more awesome videos for you guys. Without further ado, Habibis, let's explore the power of the new Primate Fusion. All right, so the combo that I was referencing, before we get into, I do want to just describe this very briefly. All it takes is Magician Souls and either Ether Barrel or Primate Lordly Load. So basically, you know, a form of Magician Souls or a way to get to Magician Souls. So IFC prep Magician Souls or Lordly Load or Ether Barrel. 2-card combo, very consistent for this deck because we have easy access to Lordly Load. I'm sorry, Magician Souls, and then we have 6 copies of between Ether Barrel and Lordly Load. So very possible, very consistent from that perspective. Another thing that we added to this deck that helped a lot is the Azamina package. Now, I've noticed a lot of people were asking me about Fiendsmith recently, and I do have a lot of videos on my channel where I talk about the Fiendsmith engine and how great it is. It's very amazing. If you see my most recent videos, I'll link one above here. You will see how consistent the Fiendsmith engine is, because it only takes 4 cards in the main deck. So that makes it very, I guess from a deck construction perspective, very efficient. So definitely something you could do over Azamina. I just liked Azamina because it did kind of give us some more layers of disruption, as well as something for the opponent to negate, as well as it gave us bodies on the field, which is huge for Dark Magician. So let's see how this combo goes. So obviously we have all 3 engines in our hand, so we're going to see what we can do here. We're going to grab the Magician Souls. We dump Dark Magician here, okay? It's very important that you are dumping Dark Magician, because you need that DM in the graveyard. So now we're going to grab Primate Fusion. That's the more important one. We're going to draw 2 cards here. So I set Primate Roar, and now I send it to the graveyard so that it adds another layer of disruption, okay? Now we're going to go Deception, tribute the Ether Barrel from our hand, because I'd like to have the bodies on the field, and my opponent hits me with Dominus Impulse. So now I know my opponent's most likely playing Malice, because this is a Malice staple. No problem. We don't play our Deception stuff. We play the Primate Fusion, shuffling the DM and the Ether Barrel from our graveyard to summon out Nether Berzelius, okay? Now you might be thinking, Maddie, Nether's effect says that he negates the activated effects of monsters your opponent controls whose level, rank, or link rating are less than or equal to the number of normal monsters in your field and graveyard. And you're thinking, Maddie, there's nothing in the graveyard, not to mention Primate Roar can't be used. Well, that's why we have Predaplant Verte Anaconda. Anaconda's going to send Ref. They're going to summon Baldrake for some odd reason. Misplay by them there. They should have waited, I guess. But then again, I would have had the negate, so I probably wouldn't have allowed it. They take 2,500 damage. Now we have two normal monsters in the graveyard, Red Eyes and Dark Magician. And that basically turns off, for this deck, their Splash Mage, which is pretty huge. Splash Mage is a major extender for the deck. So they can't use that because of the Nether. We are going to Ash the Cheesy Cat. And then this has a funny ending here. They're going to Allure of Darkness. And they discard their entire hand because they didn't have any Malice cards. But that is the combo. That is how you do it. Very simple, very low to the ground, but very effective. And this is a question I got a lot in my comments. How do you beat Orcust? Orcust is so powerful now. This card, this Nether Berzelius, is Orcust's worst nightmare, because Orcust got really good all of a sudden. Why? Because it has a Link 1 and it has a Link 2. And they cannot do anything with Nether on the field. Their Link 1 is inactive, their Link 2 is inactive. They're not going to be able to combo. So This might be your go-to card if you are struggling against Orcust. Let's go into another replay. All right, now let's see what else this deck can do. Let's see what we can do going second. So obviously the Primate engine, for those that are not aware, is kind of mid-rangey strategy. It's more low to the ground. Obviously the Azamina stuff kind of boosts it a little bit, but this Drill Beam really comes in clutch going second. So I'm going to try to Ash the Dynamorphia domain, and they are going to activate their Intact, which is just an Omni Negate. So they summon out their Kent Regina, but I do have this Drill Beam. So I'm being very careful here in terms of how I'm going to sequence my plays, because I want to keep this Lordly Load in my hand so that Drill Beam is active. So now they're going to activate Kent Regina's effect. I'm going to Drill Beam it, revealing the Lordly Load, banishing the Kent Regina, negating the Kent Regina, so no Floodgate for them. Monstacardo surrenders the duel. Big rip to them. Konami. Konami. There we go. W. What was that? Okie dokie, so this was an interesting duel. Let's take a look at it. We have our 2-card combo. We're going to send DM to the graveyard. I do want to point out, by the way, I'm actually playing 1 Dark Magician in this deck for the reason you're about to see. So they're going to Ash my Lordly Load, which is unfortunate. I'm going to try to draw 2 cards and see if I can make something happen here, and I can't. So we're going to just go SP Little Knight. And they're going to take my 1 Dark Magician and banish it. So you would think that's GG, no DM left in the deck. Whatever will we do? They attack over our SP Little Knight. Okay. They're going to summon out their Fabled Luri. Now, I could have Maxi'd them there, but I wanted to wait till they committed. They activate Requiem. I'm going to Fua and Maxi because I'm going to get to draw 2 cards. At least I thought. But what's going to actually happen is they're going to try to be as efficient as possible and reveal that they're kind of bricked up. They're going to summon out the Engraver from their hand. So I draw 1 because of Maxi, and we have Dark Magical Circle and Magician Souls. So what are we going to do with this? We don't have our DM, which is very unfortunate. Let's see if we can make something happen. We're going to put the Eternal Soul back. Summon out Magician Souls. I like the top card of my deck. It's Diabell Star. I'm going to try to draw it. I do draw it. I'm going to set up Deception. Deception is going to tribute the Magician Souls. Grab Hallowed Azamina. Hallowed Azamina is going to summon out Rasalago, and Rasalago is going to get banished because of the Baldrake's effect. But we still are able to search for Wanted. Okay? So this is a very heart of the cards moment you're going to see here. We're going to go Wanted, draw Diabell Star. Our only play left is to draw 1 card. We need to top deck Lordly Load. It's the only way. We top deck Lordly Load because we believe in the heart of the cards. Grab Primate Fusion. Primate Fusion is going to allow us to summon out Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. Yes, the king has returned. We're going to link him off into Anaconda. Now we have DM back in the deck. We're going to summon out Dragoon. Dragoon is going to clear the field here. Now I do make a bit of a misplay. I do want to say this duel was happening. I was half asleep. I genuinely had my eyes closed for most of it. I was very tired when I was playing this duel. Yes, I'm obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh! I activate Magician Souls. Think I get summon DM here. I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously, I can't because of Anaconda. So I kind of wasted Magician Souls, but it's okay. It's pretty inconsequential, to be honest with you. So they make their Fiendsmith plays. They're going to target Requiem. They're going to send Harp to the graveyard. I'm going to allow that to go. Let them activate Horror. I want them to activate their stuff. I want to negate the choke points of the deck, not necessarily the starters of the deck. So here, they're going to take a -1. Now I'm going to use my Omni Negate. Dragoon, pop and destroy. And then on top of that, we get to remove Diabell. We summon Diabell Star, removing the Verte from the field. And my opponent's going to get rid of the Diabell Star using the Requiem effect. Or excuse me, the Engraver effect. Then they're going to go into Automation. Automation is then going to be used as material to go into Dingirsu. And Dingirsu sends to the graveyard, so he's going to get rid of my Dragoon. But we have Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, to protect us. They still, for some reason, attack into it. Take the damage and scoop it up. Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, coming in clutch. Big clutch moment there. Huge duel. And it shows that you could play 1 DM and still get the recursion because of that Primate Fusion. Huge benefit from that card. Okay, so I want to go over a few more replays, so I'm going to try to go through these kind of fast. I hope that's okay with you guys. If it's not, You can't change it. I'm sorry. This is what the video is going to look like. So we get hit with Fua. And because we get hit with Fua, and I said how this deck is able to play low to the ground, we are going to make them take a -1 here. I'm going to activate Ether Barrel's effect to send Dark Magician to the graveyard. And now that Dark Magician is in the graveyard, I'm going to summon it from the graveyard. And they don't get to draw because it didn't get summoned from the deck. So they take a -1. We have 3 handies. We have Drill Beam. We have Imperm. Let's go. Okay. They're going to activate their Magistus to search for another Magistus. I'm going to draw them. So they're on Ryzeal. We know that. Okay. They're going to summon their Zorora. And they're going to summon out a monster from the graveyard. That's his effect. I'm going to use my Baldrake to banish it because it is a light monster. Okay. They're going to target my Drill Beam. I'm going to activate it because I might as well get this monster on the field, off the field. I'm trying to make sure that they are not able to go into Detonator. Detonator is a monster. We don't like Detonator in these parts. We're going to activate Ghost Spell because Ghost Spell prevents special summoning from the graveyard. And that will effectively end their turn. Okay, so now we're able to use the Magnamut's effect. Despite being under draw, we could add Ether Barrel from our graveyard to our hand. We were going to be able to do that anyways, but hey, might as well. Okay, Ether Barrel, set the load, get another one, get Primate Fusion. Now we're going to go into IP Masquerena, and then we're going to go Primate Fusion to summon out our Nether Berzelius. Okay? Set the Drill Beam because this is a Primate monster on the field after all. And then we're going to activate Circle. We don't get any hits. Activate Lordly Load. Lordly Load is going to allow us to banish, and we are going to attack, attack, attack. All right. So we're going to end our turn. We have a few disruptions here. Not to mention a Floodgate in our Nether Berzelius. They are going to summon out their Crowley. Crowley allows them to fusion summon. I'm going to use IP Masquerena, right? So they're going to equip their Crowley with something, and I'm going to immediately banish Crowley, summon out SP Little Knight. They're going to activate Anamana, or Anamat, whatever. We're going to Drill Beam it. They take a -1. Big W there. And they're going to activate Bonfire. So they had a lot of gas, but we had even more. Activate Aggregator. Aggregator is going to negate the SP Little Knight. Excuse me. Activate Ryzeal. And then I'm going to chain Imperm here. So this is going to seal the deal. So it gets banished. They don't have any monsters on the field. It's negated as well because of the Imperm. And we are going to wrap this up with a bow. A Dark Magic attack. Gosh, duels that end with a Dark Magic attack are just so goated. You love to see it. Dark Magician is new friend, Nether. Maybe it's worth the slot, guys. Alright, so very funny duel here. I'm going to fast forward because it's primarily my opponent just cooking me, you know. Mitsurugi is a huge powerhouse. It's very hard to deal with. Many Mitsurugi Ryzeal players, what they do when they get hit with Fuelos is they won't even go into their Ryzeal stuff. They'll just focus on the Mitsurugi part because Mitsurugi can play around Fuelos really well, as you're going to see here. They've special summoned multiple times. They've gotten a lot of recursion, and I'm still not able to draw any cards. They set up their Murakumo. They grab another Prayers for follow-up for next turn. And then here, they're going to give me one draw just so that they can grab the Nibiru. And that one draw is a big one. Red Eyes Fusion. So let's see what we can do here. We draw into Ash Blossom. Not a bad draw. We're going to go Lordly Load. It's going to get popped. Okay. So they continue to play on my turn. Mitsurugi's a pretty big control deck. Okay. So now we're going to activate Ref. They're going to use Murakumo's effect. We're going to get rid of our Eternal Soul. And they are going to activate the Futsu. Futsu is going to get negated. And we're going to get our Dragoon boosted to 4K. Now I'm going to use this Ash. Told you it was a good draw. Stop the Prayers. We're going to pop the Granite. They're going to summon back the Murakumo. And we have one more pop because Ref is goated. You know, they're going to try to destroy. Doesn't do anything. I'm going to BM a little bit because definitely wasn't expecting to win this duel. But hey, the heart of the cards, baby. And Dragoon. But mainly the heart of the cards, right? He's just a powerhouse, dude. He's too good. He's too good. All right, last replay. Let's see what this deck can really do. Alrighty, so we have talked about just the power of Azamina. We've talked about it in past videos. We talked about it today. But we haven't really shown you what this deck can accomplish. Let's take a look here. So we got our standard Rod and Magician Souls. We're going to dump Diabell Star. I don't dump DM because I am playing one DM in the deck. And if I don't have access to the Primate engine, there's no reason to dump Dark Magician. Okay? So here we're going to grab Magician Salvation because we changed Soul Servant to our Dark Magical Circle. We're going to get a +1 here. It's going to be Preparation of Rites, but hey, it's a card to discard potentially. And next we're going to activate Deception. Deception is a 1.5 card starter to grab Hallowed Azamina. Hallowed Azamina is going to summon out the Rasalago. Rasalago is going to grab Wanted. So now you're starting to see how this is coming together, but it comes together even more. Just watch. Okay? We're going to go Verte. Okay? Grab Hallowed Azamina back. We do have our DM triangle set up. We're going to go Hallowed Azamina, chain the Wanted, grab the Diabell Star, summon out the Ilia Sylvia. So we have a Omni Negate on our 5th summon. So we are nib protected on this combo. Summon out Diabell Star. Diabell Star is going to set the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest. Next, we're going to activate Ref to summon out our big boy Dragoon, get rid of the 2 bricks. Also, DM is in the graveyard, so now our Eternal Soul, our triangle is active. And then we draw 1 and it's Lordly Load. We're going to grab Drill Beam because when we summon out DM, Drill Beam is going to give us another Omni Negate. We're going to draw another card here, and it's going to be a Bestial. Okay, so what do we have here? We got Dragoon Omni Negate. We have Ilia Sylvia Omni Negate. We have DM Triangle Banish. We have Drill Beam Omni Negate. We have Ghost Spell. We have Drew Swarm. We also have Sinful Spoils of the White Forest that can be used into a Guardian Chimera using Diabell Star and Verte and a card from the hand to pop 2 cards on the field and draw 1 card. So we are just layered with disruptions here. We're going up against the new Lunalight, and I have disruptions. I'm going to use them. So let's get to work. Gold Leo is a great starter for them, so I thought that this was a good disruption because it does so many things. It enables so many plays. I'm going to negate the Silver Hound effect in the graveyard. Also, Ilia Sylvia stocks go way up, called by to 1, so that's a big thing if you're playing Azamina. They activate Heavy Polymerization. I know what they're doing here, but I also know that they can't get over Dragoon. So I allow them to summon out their Liger Dancer because I'm not worried about him right now because Dragoon is at 4k. Okay? They destroy my special summon monsters, no big deal. Summon out Diabell Star. Diabell Star is going to get us some follow for next turn. And they scoop it up because they had no more plays after that. We still have our Drill Beam. We still have our Guardian Chimera play. We still have the Bell if needed. So GG's, that's what the deck can accomplish. Let's now go into the deck list. All right, Habibis. This is your deck list. Now I know. Get it out now, guys. Oh, another 60 card pile slop deck. Oh. Whatever, man. Okay, call it what you want. Whatever. It works. For anybody that was in my stream when the Primate Fusion dropped, I tried a 40 card deck and it was okay. I think I went like 500 on the day. Didn't do great. Switched to this build, started playing Azamina over Fiendsmith. You could probably play, it's interchangeable. I just like Azamina a little bit more. Added in some Bestials. They came in clutch a few times and we started having success. Go figure. So, you know, take it however you want. I think 60 cards is pretty darn good. So we have a lot of starters in the deck, obviously. A lot of gas here. We are playing a good amount of non-engine, a good amount of hand traps. I kind of forgot the numbers, but I know that we have like a 55% chance of drawing 2 hand traps. So that is pretty big, especially in this meta. You gotta have handies, or else you're not gonna stop your opponent. And then obviously, we're playing Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, so come on, you know. It's a Dark Magician deck automatically if they're playing Dragon Knight, and we're able to summon it pretty consistently because of this Primate Fusion card. This is a very good card. I do like it. Do I see it having longevity with the deck when the new support comes out? No, because I do think it gets kind of outclassed with, you know, Gaze of Timaeus and such. However, still a good option right now. I don't mind it. And also the second effect, you know, I might experiment with playing, what's his name? You know his name. This guy, Imperial Dragon. because Imperial Dragon can be searched off of Primate Fusion's effect to banish it from the graveyard. And it adds another layer of disruption, so something to toy around with. Anyways, guys, I will have a deck list in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Don't make me sound like a broken record. Like the video, okay? And sub to my YouTube channel. Sub. Come on, man. It's free. Drop a sub for your Habibi. Let's see if we can get to 7K before the new year. That would be quite an accomplishment. I don't know. That's a tall task. Are we up for it? Let's see. 7K before the new year. I'd love to see it. Anyways, Habibis, you guys enjoy my content. Consider doing those things. Until next time, peace and love. Take care of yourselves.